could make it really dynamic and exciting. And the moment I started realizing I could be a creator and not a producer, and that I did have traits and skills, and I could believe in those, I realized that I had a lot more value. I had value in myself because I believed in myself now, because I tapped into what my traits were and my skills. And for all of us, once we really connect and get in touch with us, our own individuality and our own being, you can't help but start to feel good, because that's you. It's us. And once you get that connection and you then start to develop it and get rid of a fear factor and start believing in ourselves, you just take this better of who you are. And when you start to contribute to society from your skills and your expertise and skills, as what Michael was talking about earlier, and you start seeing things come back that are very positive and very fulfilling, you can't help but be in a better place. So, of course, you're going to be coming across to others from a different level. The people are going to be admiring you. You're going to be feeling good. You're going to be in a real, as we call, the sweet spot. I'm going to use that term because you're going to be in a great spot, a great feeling. And you can't help it when you're with others. That is going to come across. And people are going to gravitate to you. And you're also going to really gravitate to them, because that energy level is going to happen. And that's what's going to happen with the 12 Visions Party, because we are going to unleash all these, we're going to be able to deplete these rules, these regulations, and get all these corner areas. These people are put into these boxes, and we're put into these rooms. It's time to open all this up and let you contribute to society and know you can all do it, and we all can do it. And that's what the 12 Visions Party is going to be offering all of us, the 12 Visions Party president. And it's very exciting. So, Michael, I don't know any input on this, but this is a really important area I'd like to spend a little time on.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the marriages and love and the excitement that comes from being that value creator. When you're happy, man or woman, when you're happy and doing what your essence is, your creative essence, when you're happy doing that, and you're exhilarated by doing that, that energy, that exhilaration carries over into your personal life, into your romantic life. And even if you're not, or you don't have a romantic partner, you're still happier. You still have more exciting celebration times. But if you do have a romantic partner, I'm a man. I'm going to look at this from the man's perspective. There's this old saying that the woman behind the man makes the man. And I totally believe that, because I was married at one time, and I couldn't have done the things that I did, being a family man, without my wife being behind me and supporting me and doing what I was doing. And thinking of that and thinking about the exhilaration from being a value creator and having that carry over and being able to enjoy that celebration with my wife or with my with your spouse, it's just going to be crazy. It's going to be a win-win situation. When you're at work, you're going to be, when you're doing your work, you're going to be thinking about the time that you're going to be spending with your spouse or your romantic partner. And when you're with your romantic partner, you're going to be celebrating the values that you create. It's just it's a beautiful dynamic, and I've seen it work. Some of the longest lasting, happiest marriages I've seen is where the man, no, this doesn't have to be this way, but this is generally how it goes. The man was happy doing what he was doing. He was successful. He was creative. He's creative. He was living the life he wanted to live. And then he had this spouse, his wife, behind him, backing him up, supporting him in doing that. And they both lived a wonderful life. And I just think that's an amazing dynamic that we're going to have in the 12 Visions world.
It's a very good point, Michael. I'm glad you brought that up, because I know, Larry, you also have brought up that process, and you're yourself going through it right now. For all of our listeners to just hear I call it celebration time. In a way, that is celebration time. It's time where you are with the ones you love and the person who is very important to you, your partner, your significant other, your spouse, and you have that reflection coming through. And there's nothing like that feeling. When you feel good about who you are and you are empowered and you are contributing, others, again, as we said, will gravitate, and you can find that significant other who will just work with you, and you will connect. And it is a loving, wonderful feeling, and it is just something we all, as human beings, have a right to. And you'll see it even much more powerful as you start to develop and becoming more of an empowered man and woman, either way. I just want us to all know, with the 12 Visions Party, we want everybody to be happy, to live happily, to prosper. Everybody, whoever your partner is, whoever your significant other, whoever is in your life, whoever your children, everybody has a right to prosper and live happily. And the 12 Visions Party understands that. So I want to thank you all again for joining us today. This is Steve Fagan. We'll be speaking with you next week.
NTR. Neothink Radio Network.